All right, let's just jump right into a wild idea. We all know we need sleep, but have you ever seriously thought about what would happen if we just couldn't? Like, not as a choice, but if the ability to sleep just vanished off the face of the earth. That's the rabbit hole we're going down today. So, just try to picture it. One morning, you wake up, and that's it. You never fall asleep again. Neither does anyone else on the planet. What happens when that fundamental need for rest is just gone? For all 7 billion of us, all at once. The fallout is way more dramatic and honestly a lot more terrifying than you'd probably guess.
Okay, to really get a grip on this, we're going to look at it like a timeline, because this isn't some slow, gradual decline. Oh no, this is a super fast, horrifying spiral that kicks off from the very first sleepless night. So here it is, our little roadmap to total disaster. It starts out innocently enough, right? Just some fatigue. But it very quickly escalates into a full-blown brain collapse. And from there, society itself just starts to come apart at the seams, leading to something we can only really call zombie mode. Let's break down each of these stages. For the first day or two, it almost feels, okay, a little weird, but manageable. Sure, everyone's exhausted, a little groggy, but we think we can just power through it. Coffee sales are through the roof, people are working longer hours, but under all that fake productivity, a catastrophic biological time bomb has already started ticking. And this is where things take a really sharp, dark turn. By day 3, that simple fatigue gives way to something much, much more sinister. The human brain, starved of its essential repair cycle, doesn't just get tired. It starts to physically and functionally break down. We are talking about a total cognitive meltdown. People start seeing things that aren't there. They can't remember what they were doing just a minute ago. Their emotions are all over the place. We're talking extreme mood swings. Just having a normal conversation becomes a huge challenge, and simple things like walking in a straight line become nearly impossible. The brain is literally losing its connection to reality. I mean, look at the difference here. It's night and day. A healthy, organized brain just descends into total chaos. It's not about being tired anymore. It's a fundamental rewiring of how you see, think, and interact with the entire world. So, what do you think happens when billions of people are all going through this brain collapse at the exact same time? Well, that personal nightmare very, very quickly turns into a global catastrophe.
Yeah, by the 2-week mark, we've hit the tipping point. Think about it. Every single job that requires focus. Pilots, surgeons, truck drivers, engineers. Now imagine every single one of them is clumsy, forgetful, and probably hallucinating. Massive, deadly errors aren't just a risk anymore. They're happening constantly, everywhere. It's like a domino effect from hell. Hospitals are completely useless when the doctors and nurses are sicker than the patients. Governments can't make rational decisions. Logic is out the window. Society is now just running on pure, terrified confusion. And after just 1 month, the word human barely even fits. Your body's defenses are just gone. The immune system has totally shut down. Everyone is a walking target for any germ or virus out there. People are technically alive, but they are physically and mentally hollowed out shells. And that quote it nails it. The line between what's real and what's a hallucination has completely vanished. For everyone. It's a waking nightmare that no one can escape. Because, no one can fall asleep to begin with. Okay, so we've walked through the absolutely horrifying story of what would happen. But now let's switch gears and look at the hard science. Why? Why is sleep so ridiculously important that taking it away leads to our complete and total annihilation? This is the million-dollar question, right? It's not just about feeling refreshed. Sleep is an active, essential process that our biology literally cannot function without. It's not a luxury, folks. It's a non-negotiable pillar of life itself. See, the most important thing to get is that your brain doesn't just turn off when you sleep. Not at all. It's actually when the cleanup crew and the repair team finally get to clock in and do their most important work. It's an active, vital state that is absolutely 100% required for survival. It really comes down to these 3 critical jobs. First, while you're sleeping, your brain is literally giving itself a deep clean, flushing out all the toxic gunk that builds up during the day. Second, it's organizing your memories, kind of like a librarian, filing away what's important and tossing what's not. And third, it's hitting the reset button on your emotions,
That's why you get so cranky and irritable when you don't sleep enough. Without these three things, the brain just can't function. Period. And look, if our little thought experiment wasn't convincing enough, the real-world scientific evidence is absolutely grim. In lab experiments, when rats are completely prevented from sleeping, they don't survive. They die, usually within just 2 or 3 weeks.
And for us humans, the path is exactly the same. The descent into psychosis is really just the start. The complete failure of the immune system and all our other critical functions means that, yes, a total lack of sleep is, in the end, fatal.
And that right there is really the final word on it. Sleep isn't just a nice-to-have feature. It is a core part of our biological design. It's an imperative. And without it, the whole system is programmed to just shut down. We simply stop functioning. Kind of makes you appreciate your pillow a little more, doesn't it?